Hey, Blue Table fans! Time to look at an army. This is called the Frostbite Skaven, and it sails past the 5,000 point mark. This is a BTP army. This is a trade back. It's been repaired. It'll go through painting for touch-ups, which are very few and far between. It is highly converted, as you shall see. It's up for a really great price and an even better price for the next 24 hours as we want to get some money, some extra money for Adepticon, which is this week, and we're going. But the studio is still open, business as usual. You can still get help, get answers to inquiries. So by all means, get in contact with us. Let's take a look at what's in it. First off, for core, you have 3 units of clan rats, each 30 strong, all on magnetized movement trays. -2, one unit only has 28 in it, and that's to make room for heroes. Speaking of heroes, let's take a look at the heroes. You have a warlock with Doom Rocket. That is a really good combo. You have another regular warlock here. As you'll notice, they all have really complex bases. They've got snow bunched up all through the whole army. You'll see rats running along, skulls, bits of detritus. This guy is really cool. It could be a champion or a Throt the Unclean conversion. This guy is just an absolute mutant. He is one of my favorite pieces in the army. It features 2 gray seers on foot. Each one is converted. So, like, this guy has this extra long tail. So, really something special there. Where's the other guy? Here he is. This is done up from the rider on the Screaming Bell. So, and he's on like a rock or something like that. So, here's a warlord on a war litter. And he has a ton of detail. This is a scratch-built piece. And the next one is Icket Claw. So that is what he looks like. This is an exquisite figure. It was redone with the re-release of the Skaven Codex just over a year ago, I do believe. And you have 2 Plague Priests. They have some modifications on them as well. And these are converted, and they have some OSL on them, at least this guy does over here. Either of these could represent Throt the Unclean, which would be boost the point cost of the army even up higher, because Throt is 470 points. And it would also make the Plague Monks core. And here is a Battle Standard Bear. So there's your BSB, and he is on this really cool rock base. His specialty shield here is actually from Confrontation. So that is our really super uber cool Battle Standard Bear. Over here we have 39 Plague Monks. Okay, so let's take a closer look at the Plague Monks. That's what those guys look like. They're in icy robes, also with really interesting bases there. Here's another unit. This is an extra wide movement tray that brings up the rear. Hey, so let's take a look at this Plague Furnace. This is a super conversion, highly converted. I don't even know where to start with it. Like, everything has been changed. You have the Plague Priest, like he's taking a handful of this warp flame as it just caresses right over him. All of this has been highly modified into, like, there's a Doom Wheel crank on here. So that is a modification. This guy, he's about to start climbing up this rope. You've got this random crewman. He's stoking a bellows. And so there is that. This is really, let's take a sort of a panoramic there of it. and extremely highly converted piece. Very proud of that. Oh, I did miss a few characters. Here is a warlord converted from various plastics. He's on a slightly higher base. And this is a Snicketch model. And he also makes a great just general assassin. This model is really, really fantastic. It's very evocative, very dynamic. Let's take a look at some of the weapon teams. These have almost all been modified, little bits of flame on the ground. There's even there's a little rat with fire on him. He's trying to put it out. So this army just has tons of little Easter eggs. You've got rattling guns. I do believe it has 3 of each type of those 2 specialty weapons. Here's another one that's been converted. So that is a warp fire thrower. And just there's just a lot to this army. There's a lot of really great things. Yeah, let's take a look at this Screaming Bell. This is highly converted. I do believe it blows 2 Screaming Bell kits to make this. Oh no, actually it doesn't. I take that back. But it's got tons of modifications on it. Notably, it has an out-of-print Rackham Wolfen model that's been converted into a Rat Ogre. So he has kind of this priestly look about him with, rags and bandages and stuff on him. Really, so in fact, let's just pan back a little bit. Take a look at that. This is probably close to 7 inches tall. Yeah. Okay, what else is in the army? We have 3 units of Jezzails. There's 1, 2, and there's 3, 5 each, again with some nice base work on there. You have this Hell Pit Abomination. This model is an absolute treasure. Whoops, here we go. Let's take a look at him. I'll give you a 360 here. Let's get him out into the middle where he can turn around. Lots of base work, blood on the base. You know, behind him there's like this trail of ooze and horribleness. This is all BTP, and so we could expand this army, although I'm not sure why you would really need to. Look at that tail. Whoosh. That is really, 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 really super fantastic. Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous. Okay, we have 2 Plague Catapults, both converted here, as if the crew is loading up tongs of warpstone on them. So like these planks, these are actually carved out of balsa. It's very custom work. Definitely not the kit as it comes. Let's take a look at the other one. It's the same thing but different. Guys in different positions. Again, this guy with the gas mask, he's using tongs to load it. And there's a couple more crew here. This guy has like a telescope sight there. And let's move on to the Doom Wheel. So these have magnetized banners that break away. There's all sorts of rats like running all over this thing. Those have been added. So like almost everything in the army, it's been converted and has extras on it. The snow is piled high and deep and in a very natural formation. Let's take a look at another one of the Doom Wheels. So here's this guy. Again with the breakaway banner. This has an alternate banner on it. We have 2 warp lightning cannons, and again these have each been modified. They do move up and down a little bit, so that's a nice feature. So they have been modified. So there's that. Definitely a very strong theme with this army. You could show up to a tournament and really get high marks for conversion work. Oh, look at that. There's another crew in the middle. That's the kind of love that's been put into this army. It is crazy love. Crazy, man. There's another one. Another warp lightning thrower, or warp lightning cannon rather. It's got these crazy spikes in front. Again with the range finder. That's an excellent piece. Alright, I do believe the last item to be looked at here is the unit of Rat Ogres. Like all the other infantry that need it, these have magnetized movement trays. They have been highly modified to have conversion work. They have base work on them with bones and rats and stuff like that. And really just not enough cool things to say about this. And guess what? Has a couple of really super cool pack masters. In fact, this one here could pass as Squeal Gnawtooth if you wanted to use that special character. They are just very, very handsome pieces. So there you have it. That is what 5,000 points of Skaven looks like. It's a little out of formation here for me turning everything around, but this army is a rarity. It is so awesome. It makes me almost cry to part with it. But that's what we're in the business of doing. And again, we would be eternally grateful if we go to Adepticon with a little bit of extra cash in our pockets. Wouldn't that be nice? And the other thing is, there's an added bonus, so you can see it in a bat rep tomorrow with me and Josh, if that's what you want. So yeah, there you go. Check the link for details, pricing, and definitely get in touch with me if you have any questions.